Hi, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to everyone. The chapter name is The Prophet's Peace Be Upon Him Relationship with His Relatives. It's a class 6. So let's start. The respect other had for him, who, for the Prophet Peace Be Upon Him, was the fruit of his good relationships with the tribe of Quraysh, to which he belonged and in which he lived. Okay. So all the respect the Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him got is because of the good relationships with the tribes of the Quraysh. Tribe means the community. Okay. He also had a close loving relationships with his aunts and uncles. We can read between the lines of the various reports of his life to find out information that supports these facts. Such report from his life is the one about the first time the Prophet received the divine revelation. Okay, the first time the Prophet received the first divine revelation by the Jibril from Allah to Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, he got scared and worried, and he go towards his wife. Sorry, he goes towards his wife Hazrat Khadija. It tells how Hazrat Khadija calmed him down when he went to her scared and worried. She told him, "Never by Allah, Allah will never disgrace you. You unite your relatives and you bear the burden of the weak of our society. You help the poor and needy. You are honorable to all the guests and you bear harm in the path of the truthfulness." So basically, he, she is giving him a courage. That courage is coming from the relationship. Okay, now, along with an example of solidarity of all kinds that the Prophet peace be upon him had with his relatives, we also see in his life that he emphasized the importance of the not breaking relationships with one's relative. In fact, he preached this to all the Muslims as a principle. Nowadays, in a modern world, mostly, not all, remember, not all, mostly people don't want to talk or to make a bond with the relatives. For one or so many reasons, they don't want to meet or don't want to make a relations with the relatives. But the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said it's the principle for the Muslim to make a bond with the relative. He, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave the following advice to the someone who asked to tell him of a good deed that could take him to the heaven. So someone is asking from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that tell me something that would take me to the Jannah or give a good deed. Now, what did Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said? Worship Allah without joining him. None in your worship. For example, someone is praying all the time, but after praying, he or she is tell a lie. So, what does that mean? Worship Allah without joining Him, none in your worship. So, pray, give zakat, obligatory charity tax, and maintain good relations and ties with your kin. Here, word kin means the relatives. Okay. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, always emphasized never to cut down the relations with the relatives.